The very first prototype ATF to fly was Northrop's YF-23, which on 27 August 1990 was airborne for 50 minutes. Powered by twin Pratt & Whitney YF-119 prototype jets, it climbed to 25,000 feet. Test pilot Paul Metz was very pleased.
At brake release, the pilot comes right up to military power. Very smooth increase in RPM and a very decided push down the runway. Approaching about 120 knots, you apply aft stick and the nose comes up very smoothly. You'll sit on the mains for just a few seconds and then lift off. Once you're airborne, it's a real rocket. It begins climbing very rapidly, even in military power. Right off the bat, it was obvious from the minute I lifted off the ground we had something special here.
Okay, I've got Ghost 5 up loud and clear and radar in contact.
It flies with the best of the best in terms of handling quality.
It's just solid as a rock out here, Paul.
Feels good here.
The first landing that you make in an airplane is the one that you worry about the most at night before you ever do it. It turns out that the YF-23, there's no demanding part of the landing. Coming down final approach, the merest suggestion of requirement to change your speed, and the airplane responds instantly. It rides through the bumps and the turbulence smooth as silk, and the flight control system is to credit for that. The actual flare and landing touches down like a feather. This airplane, I believe, has the capability of having over 6,000 individual parameters monitored. I kind of stopped short of measuring my heartbeat, but outside of that, just about everything in the airplane is measured, monitored, and either relayed back to the ground control station through a telemetry system very similar to what we use in the space shuttle program, or recorded on board in a magnetic tape system that's on the airplane. So we know how this airplane lives, breathes, and works for us every second and microsecond that it's airborne. First few flights, the data shows that we're meeting the predictions very well. Nimble and quick like a cat. That's the first impression that I had from the moment I got the airplane up. Two instances come to mind. I can remember distinctly the chase pilots having to go to afterburner to stay with me with my landing gear down, their landing gear up, and I'm not even using afterburner. The other instance was during some low-speed maneuvering performance testing that didn't seem particularly usual to me until later when discussing with the test pilots in the two chase airplanes. They tried to use afterburner to stay with me in the low-speed conditions and dropped back behind me, and I simply outturned them. I don't think you can help but look at this airplane and have a reaction to the cleanliness of it and the sleekness of the lines and the flowing lines. It's striking in its appearance and it's striking in its performance. There's a cliche amongst the aircraft designers. I think Marcel Dassault was the first to say that if an airplane looks good, it'll fly good. This airplane looks good, and I can assure you it flies good.